A brand new zombies Easter egg was just solved 2,239 days later, and as hard as it is to believe, this Easter egg find directly connects to the upcoming Citadel Des Morts map in Black Ops 6. I can't quite believe this either, but it really does prove that there are still Easter eggs hidden in these older games that even nearly 7 years on, we are still finding. So let's dive straight in, but after, I'm going to point out another new Easter egg that was discovered as well. So where does this Easter egg take us? Well, it takes us all the way back to Black Ops 4 Zombies Voyage of Despair. This map, as part of the Chaos story, was littered with tons of Easter eggs and secrets littered throughout this incredibly big zombies map. Now, with this map setting the stage for a brand new storyline being the Chaos story, Treyarch did their usual and filled the map full of secret radios, but in order to activate them, unlike traditional radios, there were a ton of secret gramophones placed around the map, as well as phonograph cylinders which you had to pick up and then place in a gramophone in order to listen to. Since the game's launch in October 2018 until now, it's been documented on the internet that there are 8 radios on this map, and that is tied to finding 8 cylinders. And for proof of this documentation, this is the Call of Duty wiki page that shows that yes, documented and fully subtitled is all 8 radios that exist on the map. Little did the community know that there was actually one more radio hidden in plain sight on this map, and it was only recently brought to my attention by the team over at Detonated and DK Dynamite, so massive shout out and credit to them. They have just launched a massive fan project called the Codex, which is to document every single radio, cipher, and intel that's ever been on every zombies map. And when going through all of these maps, they noticed that for Voyage of Despair, there was one undiscovered radio that was part of a compilation of audio data mined from the game, but was never discovered in game, but Detonated were able to find the trigger for this radio, which confirms a 9th gramophone radio exists on this map. Now, when I say this cylinder was hidden in plain sight, I really mean it was hidden in plain sight. If we make our way over to the 3rd class berths, and specifically in this direction towards the staircase that leads further down the ship, in this corner, if you jump up and look really closely in the ceiling, you can see that a cylinder has been lodged there in the ceiling this entire time. It's been there since the map released, and not a single person has noticed it until 2024. And the radio itself contains some very exciting information, which is completely relevant to the upcoming Citadel Des Morts map. How is it relevant, I hear you ask? Well, at the end of the Terminus cutscene, we learn from Samantha that Richtofen is searching for an ancient relic called the Sentinel artifact, believing it has the ability to manipulate a form of proto-matter called prima materia. Now, going back to Black Ops 4, we already know a fair amount about prima materia. This brand new Easter egg radio that was just discovered goes even deeper into explaining exactly why prima materia is so important and why Richtofen wants it. So here is the brand new radio Easter egg in its entirety.
Materia. It is the key, the crucial, essential ingredient to life itself. The power to create, to enlighten, to enhance. For centuries, it was believed extinguished, expunged from Earth. But when Shaw and I encountered it, I witnessed its power. It was everything. Primitive, formless. To call it unstable would be a disservice. It is chaotic. Raw. Chaos. And while it wields the power to manufacture unfiltered beauty and wonder, unsafe exposure to the raw material can exposing the cruelty and savagery our evolution has buried. The lurking beast that we suppress shreds our skin and is revealed.
And there it is. Absolutely insane to think that that radio has been in the game for nearly 7 years, and we have only just heard it. But it perfectly explains prima materia and why it is so important for Richtofen to get his hands on it. Furthermore, that entire radio and Alistair Rhodes in general is incredibly relevant to Citadel Des Morts, as within the map, the French Syndicate are holding a demonologist hostage called Gabriel Kraft, who who was a professor who was the main character in Vanguard Zombies that led the crew to defeat Wolfram von List and Cortifex. Now, there's even more from Vanguard Zombies that ties directly into Citadel Des Morts. Just before we get into that, like me, you're looking for a really good deal and you want to upgrade your Black Ops 6 experience to the next level. As the official Black Ops 6 PC partner, then AMD Radeon have you covered. They have some incredible deals across their entire range of AMD Radeon RX 7000 series graphics cards, including this absolute behemoth top-of-the-line RX 7900 XTX. But look at this thing. We've got 24 gigabytes of RAM. We've got ray tracing, radiant boost, anti-lag. This thing is insanely powerful and it's insane value right now. We're talking up to 38% more performance at native resolution using the most extreme settings on PC when compared to the competition. Genuinely, I'm always going to advocate an amazing sponsor that's giving a really good deal for you guys. So if you want to experience the best version of Black Ops 6, whether it be to upgrade your PC or to build an entirely new one, I highly recommend you check out the AMD discounts that are running right now in the description. Massive thank you to AMD Radeon for sponsoring the video, but let's get back to the video. Alright, let's get back to Gabriel Craft, Citadel Des Morts, and how it links in with Vanguard Zombies. And the radio on Shinonuma explains that one of his idols and heroes was Alistair Rhodes, and from Alistair's research is how Gabriel Craft began to learn about the Sentinel artifacts, all information that Richtofen now has a lot of knowledge about. And so from this one brand new radio find, there are connections from 2018 all the way until 2024 in the upcoming map. Just absolutely insane how full circle everything is becoming with the Dark Aether story, and I'm all here for it. But as I said, that is not the only new Easter egg that was discovered, because when Detonated were completing the codex for 9, they also realized that there was another radio that was technically found but wasn't documented anywhere online except for one video that was posted in 2020 that had around 500 views. So again, across the internet on all documentation on the radios on both of these maps, this new radio on 9 has also never really been seen before. And the way in which you activate these is that you need to interact with 3 Barton scrolls before activating the last one, with the final Barton scroll being hidden within this structure in the bottom of the Danu Tower. And I mean, I'm not surprised that no one found this up until now.
I did as they asked. I provided an offering, yet I'm still here. The sun never sets, the horde never stops. They keep coming. I keep fighting. It never ends. Was I wrong? No, stop it. Don't go down that road, Barton. It's too late. No turning back. The clues were there. It all added up. It made sense. At least I thought it did. Was I wrong? This place is cursed. I have trapped in a life that is not my own. My body laying abandoned in a cave where no one can find me. Was I a fool? Was I too eager for glory? Wait, yes, Barton, you were a fool. You had the right idea, but you approached it all wrong. Maybe you are still alive in that cave, waiting to wake up. Yes, Barton, that's it. The answer was in front of you the whole time. The gods did require sacrifice. They require my sacrifice.
So this radio is referencing a character called Barton who is stuck within the foundations of the 9 map, where he in a previous iteration of this map's trial had the Sentinel artifact activated and is continuously going through the events of this trial until he realizes that the gods require a sacrifice in order to appease the gods, and eventually realizes that the offering is himself, and follows another radio where he was trapped along with someone called Bradfish, in which he realized that perhaps if he offered up Bradfish as an offering to appease the gods, he would be set free, but turns out that's not what the Sentinel trial wanted. And this is also very relevant going into Citadel Des Morts, because the idea of Sentinel artifacts might be tested as when they are activated in order to gain their power, which allows the person to gain knowledge of prima materia, they have to complete that trial at all costs. It's either life or death. There is no in between. And whether that's a concept that we'll see explored on Citadel Des Morts or potentially potentially later down the DLC map season is yet to be seen, but it is very possible. But when developers say there are still hidden Easter eggs within these older games, they really mean it. And when they're hidden in plain sight, they also really mean it. A big shout out to the Detonator team for making me aware of this. If you guys want to check out the codex and brush up on all of your knowledge and intel before Citadel and after when it releases, then go ahead and check their link down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to know your thoughts down below, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any further zombie discoveries like this one.